feel disrespected by these things you've said, and I do not appreciate these things you have said towards me, I would advise that going forward I would be left out of jokes like this. Thank you. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, to your favorite channel, Trices with Adunola. Today we'll be talking about stress management and how to cope with stress generally. So many people are faced with challenges that can be stressful, overwhelming, and can also cause strong negative emotions. Most of these situations ranges from disappointments, frustrations, the death of a loved one, which can be quite traumatic. It's not anything anybody would love to experience, but life happens and it's bound to happen. We as human beings should just take it in good faith and try to move on with life. Though this is not easy, and I'm here to talk to you about how to manage situations like that and stress generally. According to UNICEF, stress is a common feeling we get when we feel under pressure, when we are overwhelmed or unable to cope. WHO also defines stress as a state of worry or mental tension that is caused by a difficult situation. And everyone experiences stress to some degree. The symptoms of stress could be physical or emotional. These reactions from stressful events can range from disbelief, feelings of fear, shock, anger, frustrations, changes in appetite. Because as human beings, many times when you are faced with stress, you won't feel the need to eat. So people lose their appetites when they are stressed. You know, there are things that you might have loved doing before, and suddenly you lose interest in them. Things that you would naturally enjoy, let's say going out with friends, and suddenly you're just sitting at home and you do not want to even do anything. This can occur as a result of stress. So most times people suffer from insomnia, they can't sleep at night, having nightmares, not being able to concentrate, not being able to make good decisions. People react also by having headaches, body pains, stomach pains, skin rashes. Yes, I said skin rashes because people react to stress differently. And stress can also worsen one's health problems or mental health conditions. Another symptom of stress could be the increased use of tobacco or alcohol or any other substances that is not good for the health. The feelings of stress, feelings of fear, anxiety is natural and it's nothing to worry about. If you feel like you are the only one that faces things like this, I want to tell you that you're not the only one going through some of the symptoms I mentioned earlier. It's just a natural thing. The most important thing about this is to make sure that you are able to manage stress and to even avoid stress in general. How to manage stress? Stress management can help you to live a more healthier and balanced life. You can manage stress by using guided meditation. When you go online, YouTube especially, you can find videos, short videos on how to do a guided meditation. Watch these videos. I've once used some of these videos. Anytime I feel stressed, I just play it before going to bed, and most times I end up sleeping off and I sleep like a baby. With this, you would find ways to relax, and also you need to be proud of what you've achieved, because most times people are overwhelmed with goals they have not met. So you need to get rid of imposter syndrome. Also, try not to do too much at once. Set smaller goals. in order for you to feel less stressed. The more you break down your goals for a particular period of time, the more you see yourself achieving these goals little by little. So for example, let's say you want to read a book and you've not been reading books before and you find it to be boring, but you want to adopt the habit of reading books. I would not advise you to read a book in 3 days or a week. I will advise you to break this particular target down. You can start with 2 pages in a day. If you have more strength, you can do 5 pages in a day or 10 pages in a day, depending on how much you enjoy reading, and make sure you pick books that are more beneficial to you. Make sure you pick books that you have more interest in, as long as it is impacting your life positively. With that, you will be able to easily read 2 pages in a day or 5 pages in a day, as the case may be. If you read 5 pages in a day, you find yourself reading 50 pages in 10 days, and in 20 days you would have read 200 pages. Do you see what I'm talking about? That means in the space of 3 weeks you would be done reading a book. So you do not have to crowd your head with, oh, this person is reading a book in 3 days, and you want to adopt that when you know you've not been doing that before, or when you know it's not really easy for you to go through that. So break your goals into smaller tasks to make sure you achieve them, and you find out that you are more fulfilled when you do this, and you would eliminate stress of not achieving, and congratulate yourself when you do these things. Another way to manage stress is to practice deep breathing. Practicing deep breathing cannot be overemphasized. I've talked about this in my previous video on how to be happy. So you need to do breathing exercises to calm yourself of all the stress that has been accumulated during the day. With this, you'd be able to relax, concentrate, and know what you're doing. So you can count for 5 seconds, hold your breath for 2 seconds, and breathe out for another 5 seconds. Do this repeatedly. You will find out that you are more relaxed, and if you were agitated, you would be more balanced. Also, maintain physical exercise and good nutrition. Eat healthy, eat fruits and vegetables. Most times people eat foods that are not so good for their health, but they do not know that it's one of the causes of stress in their daily activities. So when you minimize foods that are not good for your health, you tend to feel stronger and better, and you're able to operate in a more productive and effective manner. For example, if you're the kind of person that reacts to taking alcohol, you won't be able to function properly as a normal human being should function. You will just find yourself cranky, and also you need to take note of things that trigger stress in you, or things that trigger you to feel depressed or to feel bad or feel dull. So eat healthy, get so much exercise, plenty of sleep. I cannot overemphasize that. I said it in my previous video. Then get yourself a break if you feel stressed. If you're doing a 9 to 5, take leave. You can take 3 days, 5 days. You can take a week, depending on how stressed you are, so that you can have time to recuperate and come back balanced and healthier. Manage social media time. Most times people scroll endlessly on social media looking for what is not, maybe as a result of boredom or as even a result of stress. I'll tell you that this can cause more stress, because Most times you want to go to bed and you're looking for something to entertain you. You pick up your phone, you're scrolling through your phone and getting excited, but this is affecting your sleep. You tend to sleep lesser, and when you wake up, you do not feel energized to go about the day's activities. This can affect your productivity. Another way to manage stress is connecting with other people. So humans are social beings. You need the connections of people to feel supported. So you need to find a sense of community, whether at work or your religious organization or anywhere you feel a sense of belonging, a group of people. Just make sure that you connect with people and have this social interaction. This will help to minimize the stress in your life. Talk to others. If you're going through a particular situation, talk to others, people that you feel are reasonable and would not advise you badly. Share your problems with a friend or a counselor or your partner or your doctor, someone that would sit down and listen to you and give you good advice. It's very important for everybody to have that one person you talk to apart from the supernatural being who is God. Make time to unwind. That is going out, taking a long walk. If you enjoy cooking, you can do that. It could be therapeutic to your soul. You can travel, do some sightseeing, you hang out at the beach, you go for wine tasting, Thanksgiving party, dinner, go to the movies, dance, gist, swim, talk to someone. Just find an activity that will make you feel good about yourself. This will help to calm you down, calm your nerves, and make sure that you are having a good time. This will in turn make you less agitated or stressed. Avoid procrastination. Set boundaries and do not compromise on your values and beliefs. Also, schedule a me time, a time where it's just you in your world, trying to have fun with yourself, trying to analyze your life, trying to make yourself happy, make yourself relaxed. When I talk about a me time, what I mean by that is being all by yourself, where you do the things that you enjoy doing. You want to take a trip, take a solo trip just by yourself. You want to go to the beach and reminisce or think about how to progress in life. You can do that. Just do something that makes you feel good. You want to take a warm bath, you can do that. You want to go for a massage, therapy, do that. Just make sure that you do something for yourself that makes you feel good. This will help you to minimize stress to the barest minimum. What are the coping mechanisms for stress? Try to identify what triggers your stress, even if you cannot avoid them. For example, if you live in a place like Lagos, traffic most times is unavoidable, except if your house is a stone throw to your workplace or where you go regularly. So that is a form of stress that many Lagosians cannot avoid. So when you find out that traffic causes so much stress to you, try as much as possible to wake up earlier so you can go to work, or close late from work so that you won't meet traffic on your way back home, or you leave work much earlier than you should to avoid traffic. So just look for little ways you can tweak your time. If traffic is a source of your stress, this is a perfect way to do that. Also, lower your expectations of people. When you do this, you feel less disappointed by people's negative reactions. Recognize when you need more help. Do not stay on your own and think you can solve it all on your own. Like I said earlier, you can talk to a counselor, you can talk to a therapist. Ask others to assist you. Ask for help when you feel burdened by the pressures of life and you need an helping hand. do not hesitate to ask for help. Take responsibility for the situation. The earlier you accept that this is a particular challenge or situation you are facing, the better for you. You would be able to make good decisions on how to solve that particular problem. Another way is to directly attempt to change the source of stress. So like I mentioned earlier, if your workplace is so far from your house and you always need to leave extra early and you're not the kind of person that can cope with that kind of stress of waking up too early and not being able to sleep well, you need to find a solution to it. You can either try to look for another job, or if you're a business person, you can relocate your store, or wherever you go, just try to see if you can change that particular situation. Or you can decide to work virtually and go to work once in a while. That's another way to minimize the stress. View the problem through a religious perspective, because God is the supernatural being and you would not want to do anything without involving Him in your daily activities, because He created you and you are here for a purpose. So this is another way to manage stress. When you talk to God, you can find peace of mind towards life situations. And another form of stress is financial situations. This is a very delicate one. People react differently to it. In fact, many people commit suicide as a result of being unable to provide or to sustain their lifestyle financially. This is not a good one. And if you know that you've been trying to make more financially, you can research on how to make money through different sources, or changing your approach to a better way of making money. So do not give up. Make sure that all these points I have mentioned are things that you can incorporate into your life. Avoid people who bother you. If you notice that there's someone around you that loves to, in quotes, look for your trouble, try to avoid making any interaction with the person. With that, you have a peace of mind and you can move on with life. Also, learn to say no. When you are not comfortable with some responsibilities and something that would demand your time, learn how to say no politely to such requests. Arrange your list in order of importance. Let's say you have A, B, and C to do. You can prioritize by saying, okay, A is the first, I'm going to do this. B is the second, I'm going to do this. But I would have to postpone C because today I am really overwhelmed and it's too hectic for me to go on. You can decide to just relax. Do not beat yourself up because you are not achieving something in a particular day. This is not procrastination, but this is maintaining your mental health. Communicate your feelings openly and respectfully ask others to change their behavior. If you are not comfortable with a particular joke that gets on your nerves, be comfortable talking to the person and you can address the person. Tell the person, I do not appreciate the way you've spoken to me. I feel disrespected by these things you've said and I do not appreciate these things you have said towards me. I would advise that going forward, I would be left out of jokes like this. Thank you. Say this respectfully and I am sure that the person would get the message. Practice positive self-talk. Let's say you're a kind of person that is not good with spending money, and instead of you telling yourself, oh, I am bad with money, oh, I do not know how to manage money, oh, I'm a reckless spender, you can say things like, okay, I didn't do my best in this particular situation, but next time I'll make sure that I am very resilient to managing my finances better. Learn from your mistakes. Mistakes are just a part of life to teach us lessons in order for us to get better. So if you've made mistakes in the past, do not beat yourself up, because that is when you put so much burden on yourself and you're unable to forgive yourself and you cannot move on. This causes a lot of stress. Forgive. Yes, forgive. There is a lot of negative emotions around unforgiveness. If you do not forgive anyone, you are not the one at peace. If you do not forgive, you are only punishing yourself by holding grudges against your fellow human being. So just try, even before the person offends you. It's easier said than done, but it's something that is achievable when you practice it. So even if the person offends you, and after being bitter about it, you need to calm down, analyze the situation, and forgive the person for your sanity and for your peace of mind. You will be stress free. You will be stress free. Look at the big picture. Ask yourself this question: will this matter to me in the next 5 years? If your answer is no, definitely you might want to reanalyze the situation and know that you would give it less importance and you would not allow it to bother you. Many things that we worry about in the past have come and have gone. Realize that, why was I even bothered in the first place? I should have relaxed and go with the flow. So that is another way to cope with stress. But what are the benefits of stress management? You would have a positive attitude, you would be happy, you would be hopeful, have the ability to focus, have the ability to learn and to receive. Your physical health would get better and you have more stamina and more energy to do things. I believe with this video you would be able to live a stress-free life or minimize stress to the barest minimum. Thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video so far and you would like to encourage me, encourage people around you to manage stress, please like, comment, share this video with your friends, and do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Also put on your notification bell to get subsequent videos from this channel. Thank you so much for your support, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.